It's always the most difficult question to answer is who you are. And that was for a long time a question I tried to answer. Who is Sasha Riess? Is that only my name? Or it's something more behind that story of who really I am? But if I look a little deeper behind the name, it would be a hidden little boy, sad, alone, abandoned, and trying to find his place under the sky in this world. And oftentimes the best place to land would be in the arms of the dog. Safe, quiet, place of acceptance, not judgmental, and peaceful. And everything starts from there. Who am I? Who is Sasha Riess? So it's a journey of 30 years trying to answer that question. But everything started to unfold one day when I actually realized that freedom of one lays between the boundaries of his destiny.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome again to a new Monday and a new episode of our beautiful ongoing podcast called Grooming with a Positive Mental Attitude. Today, an amazing topic named Your Magnificent Obsession. So let's come to the point. Last time I was talking to you about how we overgrow the toxic environment by giving 120% of ourself, dedicate to the persons that needed us the most, that need his attention and acceptance the most, and through giving us at the place where we are at, the new possibilities arises. And then what we need to do is actually take an advantage of actions needed to be done. So we catch up with the golden courage that just arrived. Oftentimes we will be pleased with the possibilities that are in front of us. We will just fail to act. We're going to pray to the God to give us the possibilities. We're going to put ourselves into the position of giving 150%, going an extra mile. But then when the possibility arises, somehow we're going to find the excuse why to miss it again. Oftentimes, the initiation should be something that actually causes us to be pushed away from the circumstances we don't like anymore. But if we don't go away from that environment with the gratitude of possibilities, we're going to actually just end up probably in an even worse space. So why we are challenged with this type of life is to learn the lesson. And when the lesson is learned, we're going to be finally able to embark a new ship that will actually finally bring us to that beautiful place of our service to the life and service to the people. Magnificent obsession is something that how to develop it. We need to share ourselves with the others without expecting a reward payment of any word of compensation. And the most important thing, do it in secret. Do it in secret. So that is how we're going to practice actually our humbleness. That is how we're going to practice our way of giving without waiting anything in return. And that is how we're going to add on and going extra mile. Why is that very important? Is because now we look at this. We have a job. We groom these dogs. We are beautifully engaged with everything what's going on. Is everything okay here? Yes, I can. Okay, so where should I continue? Okay, good. Okay, great. So now we have this environment where what's our workplace. And now we want to move away from that. But actually we want to see how our workplace is a reflection of what's going on in our private life. So relationship we have with our parents, relationship we have with our kids, relationship we have with our spouses, with our friends, will reflect our work environment. So we can't expect that we'll have one source of life privately and then we're going to have another sort of life engaged in the profession. All of that is blended because you don't want to have any of those be your scapegoat, because then slowly you're going to blame, or we, not you, but we, because I was doing the same. We were going to start blaming either family for the environment or at the work, or work for the environment in family. So all of those things are actually very much connected. We can't escape neither portion of our life, and everything is blending into each other, giving something that's so-called a source of success that's going to be projected through the variety of our life engagement, regardless in which portion of the life we analyze our life at. So now we are doing, we are giving an extra mile to the workforce, to the job where we are at, to our colleagues, to our clients. So we force ourselves to be kind, slowly experiencing a possibility that will arise. At the same time, we need to move away from the money as an object of the compensation. And you need to ask yourself, like, what's the one thing you would keep doing if the money wouldn't be an issue tomorrow? So we wake up tomorrow in some society where the God said, okay, no money anymore. You won't be compensated with the money anymore. You can have whatever you want, only if you trade it with what you want to do and what you want to, share with the world, and what you want from yourself as a part of yourself to be shared with the world, so world can benefit out from that. So, and you need to do that, you need to share that, you need to kind of give that outside yourself with a pure humbleness, respect of the ones that you offer those services to, and in secret. The God said in the Bible, there is a quote, it says like, do good in secret and I'll reward you publicly. Do good in secrecy, or how you say that? Do good. How would you translate that? No, secretly. Secretly? Yeah, it can be. Do good secretly and I'm going to award you publicly. So that is what we are actually doing with this developing this magnificent obsession with life itself. Maybe we don't have money to offer. Maybe we don't have any skills rather than what we are developing here all life, like grooming dogs. Maybe we don't have anything else to offer, but what's called here is to move away from your how you say from your work environment. So doing extra mile is doing where you are. So last episode was about doing things at your workplace to do and be better, the best possible coworker you can, in order for you to be awarded with the possibilities so you can finally move on away from the toxic environment. Also was with the relationship. If we experience a toxic relationship, what we need to do is kind of always there are those modern new age boundaries, set boundaries, protect yourself from negativity, protect yourself from this, protect yourself from that, where we actually lose a chance of understanding of our life co-creation. It doesn't work. This law of attraction doesn't work only when everything is great. It does coexist when things are not well. And there is why where we go. All of these series started from the basic topic number one. It says, remember and respect who you are. I am my father and I am my mother, and that is who I am. The free will of one, you know how many is? Like, that's kind of the free will of ours is 1%, less than 1%. That is how much freedom we have to change the world and to add a uniqueness of ours is already predetermined, 99%. And then only one little portion of our free will that we need to build on. And we need to build on of those 99% of our existed and pre-existed conditioning that we need to embrace. And just after that, we are able to build up what's our uniqueness in that 1% of free will that every one of us has. But the 1%, when our life starts, it's, let's say, 1 inch long. And then 1% of the 1 inch is 100 piece portion of like 99%. So one portion of, so how you say, 100 portion of those 1 inch is 1%. But as the life grows, and as we move on with the life and the consciousness evolved, now we have a life of that's long and that's big, 1 mile. So 1% of 1 mile, it's not anymore the 100% like piece of 1 inch. It's now 100 piece of 1 mile. That it's much bigger portion than it was on the life beginning, with only life, presented as a 1 inch long thing. So as the life grows, as our consciousness expands, as our life grows into potential and possibilities, wow, that 1% grows as well in quantity. So what's a little tiny dot in the beginning becomes a significant portion of influencing the world, but it's only 1%. It remains 1% forever, no matter how big 1% is. It's 1%. We lay and relay on 99% what we inherit through the family environment, through the education, through the media, through any other way and sort of mind exposure, to what we ever expose the mind to, we was molded into that subconsciously, unconsciously. And that, oftentimes what we do is actually what we are dissecting the 99%. Oh, I don't want my mother to be like this. Oh, I don't want my father to be. What we are doing, we are ruining our foundation without building on top of that. And that is how our life usually ends up, in some sort of misery. Oftentimes it's a misery. Oftentimes it's a depression. Oftentimes it's a source of what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing wrong. It's nothing wrong. It's what's missing is awareness of how the life operates. It's a source of life. It's a law of the life, how the life operates. And the knowing the rules would be very important in generating the results of life. Because if you would, the soccer game, Simple way. The soccer game, and you have, two portions, two half of the game, one half and the other half of 45 minutes. And you can have the best soccer player in the world on the field, but there is one rule, only one rule, aside of put this ball in the opposite goal. So that's one rule, but one very important rule would be that after the first half, the goal switches. So what was my goal to keep on the beginning of the game is now the other goal when the other half of the game starts. So if the players wouldn't know that, only that after the first part, the goals switch, the auto goals, everyone would hit in their own goals, creating more and more drama in their life without just knowing a simple rule. So I can deny and keep denying that this is how the life operates and keep paying the big price in the relationship with the people around me, with the ones I love, with my job, and finally with the clients, but the most importantly with me. So when I said on the beginning, as much as we move on through the life, the conscious awareness about why something is happening is pretty much easy to know because it's fixable. What is not in our possession is unconscious engagement in what's going on in our life. Why? So the unconscious, we become aware of our unconsciousness with the life results. So just that we see something is going on wrong in our life, we see what impacts our subconscious have because we did something we didn't want to do. Where this action of mine come? Why did I choose to go this direction? Why did I choose to end up in this relationship? How can come that only ones that I choose to be my partners are alcoholic, abusive ones? I end up in the relationships that, my clients are abusive to me. No one is on time. Everyone is keep late in a payment. Everyone is against me. The whole world united against me. It's just because there is some reason. There is no free lunch. Everything needs to be paid. And oftentimes, what's very important for every one of us who is parent is to know that oftentimes we got some bill that was created in our ancestry line of our parents, great-grandparents, great-great-great-grandparents that just came now to be paid. And unfortunately, it's our turn to pay their actions back. Lack of money, lack of career, lack of engagement, lack of everything, lack of understanding where I am, who I am. But now somehow I need to fix that problem because now it's great. I'm facing the problem, so finally I can fix it. Because at the same place where we see the problem, the solution is at the same point. So how do we do with this? How do we develop this amazing, magnificent obsession with life? Is by going out and giving piece of yourself to someone in need, in secret. So you are now giving to the people that need. Oftentimes, and then you would say, I don't have nothing to give. And there is a nice story when the people, there was a guy who needed some money for his project. And then he came to some guy that was rich and famous, and he said, like, he was, that guy was on a church. This famous guy was in the church and giving some talk, and he said, whenever you need something from me, if you need money for some projects, you just come and I'll give you whatever, no questions asked and things like that, praying that he's big and he has, and he'll share his blessing with the world. And then the people were coming to him. The first one came, the second, the third, the fifth, the 50th one. And then this guy came and he was like, 100 person to came asking for help. And he said, he came in and he said, okay, I had this project. I want to do this. I'm dreaming for this. I need money. And then finally, the guy that was just giving because he was told to give. And then the gods was like, he was in a church and he was a good Christian and he just wanted to share his blessing with the world. And he finally exploded. I can't give anymore. I can't give anymore. Everyone is asking from me what I am, like a piggy bank that everyone can turn to, please, go away from my office. And the guy that was coming to him, he turned back and he see, I don't have money. I don't have wealth. I can't share that with you. But what I can do is I can pray for you, for your peace and for your happiness. And I'll keep doing that. And he moved away. So every one of us, no matter how low in life we are at this position, there is something we can share with someone else. No matter how unimportant it seems it is, it's every single time something little that can light the sparkle of life in someone else. And by the law, it's coming back as a good to us. And by starting to do things that no one is actually asking us to do, but not that we are doing this from the point of we are asked to do, and then we're gonna take a selfie and we go out and give money to the poor, and then we'll do all of this, like, oh my God, can you buy those videos that are very famous now on the TikToks, like I'm helping you and I'm helping to the people and I'm asking from them to do, and I'm giving them thousands of dollars, but recording that is kind of inspiring the people. And then all of these charity events that the people are, jumping to give more money and more money and more money just to, and they said, like, there is an excuse. I'm doing this publicly so I can inspire other people to do the same. And then we have all of this world now that is actually the most richest time of the planet ever, in accordance of how much money is out there. And no biggest diversity in the richness of the people than it was ever in the world. So the rich ones are so rich that they can't even spend it during their lifetime as much as they have. And the poor people and the middle class keep pouring more and more and more and more down to that. So something is wrong in this picture. So when you really want to help and share blessing, you need to do that in biggest secret, with respect to the ones that you help, and with the biggest humbleness that you actually, those are the ones that are blessed, because they're experiencing the life that will bring them to the path of salvation. It's not the one that has. So it says it's easier, how he said, it's easier to camel to go through the needle than it would be to the rich man to get into the kingdom of heaven. So that is why oftentimes the ones that are in need are the ones that have to help them are made for. So the ones that are in need of me and my help are there to help me, actually, to shape my mind, to shape my serenity, to unfreeze my heart so I can be there for them in secrecy. No one knew I did it. I held there and I zipped. I thank them for being there, suffering in their life, suffering, whatever the suffering of the modern life and thoughts are, like what the suffering actually is and who is suffering. Is the rich man suffering? That he's gonna lose his money and he's in constant pain of someone gonna steal from them, and you need to lock your home because the people are stealing, and you lock everything and protect everything because everything that's mine, it's only mine, and until I'm here it's mine, and then when I'm gone my children gonna fight around that, or they won't fight, or whatever is going on there. It's not important, but and that fear comes from inner way of not feeling safe because we have. And then what the ones that doesn't have actually afraid of? Nothing. Once you face how you say that, low life and the low pinching of the life, you face, actually you see how valuable the life is, how big that 1% of my free will is, and why I'm here where I am now. It's because maybe I'm paying some old debt that my parents left me to deal with, that my great-grandparents left me to deal with. And now I'm just, everyone is against me. No one is against you. No one is against you. The life is new day, is new possibility. The new horizon is always there. The question is, how am I going to handle the base of my life? How am I grateful for why I'm here? Every single life that came to the fruition, and it's so extended and expanded, where we are, able to communicate here one to the other through these platforms and everything. It's a miracle on its own. You see how many wars are in the world. You see how many illnesses, how many. So it's not in the first pandemic that happened to the world. It's not first wars that are happening in the world. So in order for ancestors and ancestors and ancestors to survive, in order for me and you to meet here, it's mathematically almost impossible. So that is to be cherished first, my life on its own. And then from there, everything else is on top. Everything else is a blessing extra. So the daily gratitude should start like, thank you, God, or thank you, whoever you pray to, or to thank you to myself. Thank you. Try thanking to someone, even if it's yourself. Try to go from that deeper source of whatever you believe took you where you are, and thank them there. Thank it there. Slowly, by practicing this on a daily level, you're gonna meet the God itself. There is obvious a lot of science, a lot of scientists, the great scientists. You can have them in any field of life. You can have them like a Tesla, the Pupin, the Edison. You have them, even the JP Morgan. Every one of them. On the other side, like you have a Freud, you had a Gustav Jung, you have everyone, including a Nietzsche. No matter how controversial they were, on the highest peak of their careers, when it looked like every single natural law of nature is conquered by their knowledge and consciousness, they said, I don't believe the God exists. I know it's existing. Because there is a certain point in the life where what you reach that a certain point of the life where you think you know everything. And just from that point, the horizon is unlimitedness. And then you see that actually all of that beyond that what I know can't be done just like that. And that all of that can be just made just like that. Quantum physicists, they all said like, yes, I don't believe in God. I know the God. So start wherever you are at. Believe to whatever you believe in. And start being grateful for what you believe took you where you are. And then slowly, you're going to reach the point where you're going to see how this beautiful life operates. And you're going to see how nothing we have is ours. No money, no this, no the, not because it's your own paper, you possess, you pay taxes, you pay this, you pay that, and you use this, you use everything, and then it's yours. No, it's not yours. You have it to be in service of you and the others that can't have it. So you have it for both. So, and then the magnificent obsession is actually to in tune with life itself. So the last topic was about how do I move on from the places where I feel trapped? How do I move on from the relationship? How do I move on from this work environment that I don't enjoy anymore? So it says you move on by giving and doing extra mile. Do something you are not asked, you are not paid. Do something that's more than is expected from you to do. But that work will be publicly work, and everyone will see that you do more than you are paid to do. And slowly you're going to start inspiring people around you to do the same. And that everything of that going to increase and embrace the work environment that you finally and suddenly going to see operates on completely different paradigm than it was at the point where you was feeling about that toxicity of that relationships and everything there. So that's everything you need to do in public. So the people are going to see what you do, and they will feel that more than you are paid or asked to do, you're going to deliver more. But when it comes to the real understanding, the blessing of the life, that you now have more than someone, but more of what? It's not, when we are talking about magnificent obsession of the life, we don't talk about wealth. It's not about a material wealth. It's about your selfness. It's about I-ness. It's what I have. What is I that I have today that I can share it with the world in need, and do it secretly. Pray for someone that you are not in a good relationship and never tell them you did so. Do something that someone need from you to do. Thank them for the opportunity that you are able to help them, no matter on what level, because at the more they're helping us, they're helping you. So you're going to be saved through helping them. Very important, with a positive mental attitude. You don't do that to be seen. You don't do that to feel good. You don't do that to be kind of engaged in that reality of, no, you do that to endure with your life. Because the life is a shareable thing. It's not what the life made for you. So it's not what you made from life. You know, every one of you, and we are on this journey because it was inspired by one of the work of the Napoleon Hill. I know everyone probably know the guy named Napoleon Hill, and his biggest, probably everyone read that book. The biggest book of his was Think and Grow Rich. Rich mentally, spiritually, rich in all senses of the word's richness, including material rich as well. So make money. But you just can't make money because the money on its own can't be a driving force enough to make you engaged enough to make money. Or if we're going to just be there to make money, nothing gets the free lunch. So if there is only a money, something needs to be given in return. Oftentimes, it can be a life on its own, health, relationships, peace of mind. A lot of things can be traded with someone in return for the money. So it's not the money as the most important thing. It's a way to the freedom and way to the richness and way to inner richness that will be reflected as an outer richness in all sense of the money. Otherwise, what often happens to the people is they're going to accumulate millions of dollars and they're going to become a millionaires and everything going to be rich and famous. And then one business decision going to ruin all of that. Or they're going to be a recession, or it's going to be a failure of one kind or that kind. And that's, oftentimes, in this family constellation work that I also do, and all of this that I, blended this in this book that slowly arises in front of you as well, it's relationship with the parents. So why these big failures of the people happen in a life? Obviously, and oftentimes you can track back to the relationship with the parents, especially with the father. So why there was a significant portion of the live streams and the podcasts that I did, and you can, go back and watch them, chronologically as they come from 1 to, I think this is a 16 or 17 one. But there was a significant one, I think, on the beginning. So in the first 1, 2, or 3, I don't know really, I was talking about importance of relationship with the parents. So it's very dangerous to build up the empire if the relationship with the father is wrong. Why? It's because the kids, especially the sons, but let's say the kids tend to punish the parents. He was never present, he was abusive, he was aggressive, he's alcoholic, he was whatever was he. And now I erased him from my life. And here I am, I can do everything. The sun is shining, the world is I conquered the world, I did everything, I'm enjoying the life, I'm enjoying everything. I grow, and suddenly collapse, bankrupt. Overnight almost. When that happens, it happens like phew. Why? And then we feel like, oh my God, now I feel terrible. I would never do that, and I did this, but you know what the subconscious mind tells us? I want to punish him. I want to punish my father. How? And if you are parents, then you know what I'm talking about. If you are not, then you can maybe imagine that. So what happens there is, what's the most hurtful way to hurt the parents? What can hurt one parent the most? The happiness of their children and the pain of their children. No matter which kind of relationship we have with our parents and what we think about, once you are a parent, you know you want best for your child, no matter how that goes out from in your actions. And then the best way to hurt the parents is to hurt myself. If I want to hurt my father, really, even if he's not alive anymore or he's not good to me, I don't talk to him, I don't even know him, the best way for me to hurt him is to hurt myself. I don't want to kill myself. I don't want to hurt myself. I'll find another way to do that. How? I'm going to build up the empire. I'm going to show him who I am. But then suddenly, one little slip in the business decision will make all of that disappear. And on the same page, somehow, deep unconsciously, I'll be happy and revealed because mission accomplished. I punished my father that lives in my heart. With the pain I am experiencing now, with the disappointment I am experiencing now, with everything I'm experiencing now, I finally punished my father. And here we go again, a new beginning, a new zero, a new failure. So if we didn't clean up relationship with our parents before we embark this beautiful and creating this beautiful and amazing empire. So we do build an empire so we can serve the world, not to prove ourselves anymore to our parents, that we will finally get their approval for what we do. No. We do it from being obsessed with the life itself. And that's a habit that can be developed. How? Easily. Give yourself to others and do it secretly. Think about that. Think about that. Who are the others? Think about that. Who is you? And what is part of your selfness that you share with others in secret so you can start feeling the life in its pureness? Because the biggest blessing of the life is the life itself. And everything but that life needs to be in service of the others so it can have a purpose. So the main source of life is the life and the love. And the purpose of that life is service to the others through some actions in pure faith of whatever kind and positive mental attitude. When those combined, the inner peace is a humble, serene, and finally embarking the pure love and consciousness that is finally able to recognize I'm loved, I'm embraced, I'm needed, and I'm here. Thank you so much for the time, for the courage to be through this episode as well. Don't forget to find and to become magnified and develop the magnificent obsession of your life by sharing it with the others. Thank you so much. I love you and I wait you in 15 days. Next 2 Mondays from now, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. See you again in a new episode of this beautiful podcast, Grooming with a Positive Mental Attitude. Thank you and good night.